On Monday, not much really happened. I caught up on my emails and finished some projects, worked on some videos, and put some calendars together. Spent all day behind a screen, actually behind 2 or 3 screens, because I was working from my computer and also watching movies on my TV, which I actually just bought a new TV. You can see it right there. It's from Samsung. I always thought that TVs were an eyesore, but it's such a huge source of inspiration for me, so I got a TV. Monday was a heavy screen time day. TV, computer, phone. I was just on my couch all day, basically, and I felt kind of stir crazy, so I decided around 5 p.m. to go out and get a wine and get dinner. So I had an early dinner and a glass of wine. I brought a book to the bar. I never thought I'd be one of those people, and just kind of sat there and had a quiet meal by myself, and it was really nice. At the very end of the night, I went to my friend's studio because he's working on writing new music. I love shooting interviews with people, and I've never interviewed my friend Adrian, so so I interviewed him for a brief conversation about his music career, and then also how he studied law, or he was a law professor. And I thought that was so interesting, so I interviewed him, and then afterwards we had a very intense talk about like happiness and whether or not you feel fulfilled and all that stuff. And this is like off camera, and I just started bawling, you know? But I think it's just because I've been really emotional lately, so yeah. Tuesday, Nick wanted to go to the driving range, so I brought my golf club out. I have one that I always keep in my car, and I brought that out and we just hit some balls. We had like, I think 2 big baskets, and we did that in 2 or 3 hours. Super sweaty. It was so hot that day. So we did that in, I think, Griffith Park. I've known Nick for over 10 years now, and he gave me a bass a long ass time ago, and I was really into it. I played it for about a day, just nonstop for a day, and then my fingers were hurting, so I put it away for like 10 years. And then finally he brought up that he wanted to start a band, and I'm like, oh yeah, I have a bass. So I returned that to him. After that I went home, and then Maddie came over, and it was funny because I wanted to go out and buy flowers, and she came and she brought me flowers, and it was so funny because I'm like, hey, actually I'm on my way out to go buy some flowers, so will you come with me? But yeah, so the flowers that she got me, here I'll show you real quick. These are the flowers that she bought me. Actually, it's one flower and like a bunch of filler. Yeah, so if you're gonna go see a friend or if you're dating someone, get them flowers, and it's a nice surprise because people don't really buy each other flowers. Or even like go out and pick flowers and wrap them up all pretty and then give it to someone you care about. So yeah, so we went to Burger Lords, ate, and they have a lot of vegan options too. So if you're into vegan burgers, vegan food, that's a really good place for just a quick lunch or dinner. Cheeseburger, tofu nuggets.
Look at.
Look it. Burger, what? What does that say?
Burger merger.
That,
She's cute.
that looks so good, Maddie. Turn it around the other way. Whew. You guys are looking for something fun to do on a date or something like that, go to the barcade in Highland Park. It is so much fun. Bar there's a bunch of arcade games, obviously. I always carry a deck of cards on me, so yeah, I played cards. Super fun. The following day, I think it's because I drank so early, I was super hungover. I went over to Nick's house to just kind of get some work done, and then we played card games. For lunch, I made some food. I've been trying to cook more, obviously. I think this week I'm gonna try and cook at least 1 meal every day, or maybe 2 meals every day. I know that I'm so fortunate that I have the time and the capacity to make whatever I want, whenever I want, you know? But I'm always on the go, and I never prepare food in advance, so I'm trying to be better at it. So tonight, Camilla and Maddie are coming over, and we're gonna eat together. I've been subscribed to HelloFresh for a while. I think you guys know that, but I've worked with them in the past. I'm not very creative when it comes to the things that I make. I make the same stuff over and over again, and my grocery list is really bleak. And I know that you should kind of cook according to what's in season, but I don't know. I don't really deviate from my grocery list, you know? So I love that HelloFresh offers different ingredients and different recipes that I would never make otherwise. And I always keep these cards because if I want to make it in the future, I have the recipe and I can just go out and buy the ingredients separately, you know? So you have a better idea, a better understanding of what you're making. So if you aren't familiar, HelloFresh makes cooking meals at home an easy reality, regardless of how you are in the kitchen. Break out of your recipe rut with a choice of 20 plus chef-curated seasonal recipes that will be delivered to your door each week. You can easily change your delivery days or food preferences and skip a week whenever you need. HelloFresh is now from $6.99 per serving. You can get 8 free meals by going to HelloFresh.com and use my code ChristineM80 for a total of $80 off your first month. I'll leave all the information in the down bar if you guys are interested in signing up, and also thank you to HelloFresh for sponsoring this video. Yeah, that was a delicious lunch. And then afterwards, I shot my friend Tim because I've been trying to take more photos of people, more portraits in general. So I took some photos of Tim McFerrin, who is an artist. He's also a librarian, which is so interesting to me. But he actually had one of his pieces up here. You can see it. It's that girl, the French girl right there. Just the head. I've had that for over a year now and I see it almost every day, so I wanted to take some photos of him. I realized he doesn't really have that many photos of himself and he was totally down, so that was super fun. And then afterwards I went home, took a nap. I take a nap every day. I packed up some records and played at this bar that I play at every Wednesday called Good Housekeeping in Highland Park. So if you guys are ever around in Highland Park, from 9 to midnight every Wednesday night, I play records there with my friends. On Thursday morning, I went to the photo lab to develop those photos of Tim, and I also cut film while I was there. And I like to do like all the mundane things that they don't like to do at the photo lab, so I'll just do little jobs for them every time I'm there, or I try to at least. And yeah, it just makes me feel like I'm contributing in a way, you know? And then I went to ceramics and made some mugs for Collage Coffee, because they've been asking me to make mugs for them for the past couple of months, and I made a batch and they picked 2 shapes that they liked. So I've been trying to recreate those shapes, but it's really hard for me to mass produce something, you know, or like go into production with something because I can't make them exactly the same each time. I mean, they're handmade. I'm not Heath Ceramics. I'm not pouring this into a mold, so I don't know. There are some very skilled ceramists out there who can make the same thing over and over again and it looks exactly the same, like identical. And I love that. I want to do that, but I can't. I don't know, it's so hard, you know? It takes such an incredible amount of discipline. So I really look up to those people. Thursday night I went to Long Beach and had dinner with Donnie, who is my old roommate, Joe, who you've seen in vlogs in the past, and my friend Kurumi, who's like a chef. She's just an incredible cook, you know? So we all met up at number 9 and had some dinner, and then had a drink at the Pike, and I really miss living in Long Beach. I truly miss it, so it was really nice to catch up with everyone. On Friday, I woke up super early, went on a run. I've been running every morning, actually, so it's not really exciting or anything, but I went to ceramics right afterwards and worked on some stuff. And then later on that night, my friend Christine was having a girls' night in. It's this thing that she calls girls' work. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but we just had wine and pizza and we kind of just talked and stuff and played some icebreaker games. I only knew Christine, and I think there were around 10 or 15 girls there, and I got really bad social anxiety, and that happens every once in a while, you know, but I went to the bathroom and I looked at my arm because I had a long sleeve shirt on, and you can kind of still see it, but I just totally broke out everywhere, all up and down my arm, and it was so bad. It was just like hives, you know? I was feeling kind of off, but I didn't realize what it was, and I started getting really itchy, and then I went into the bathroom and I realized it's like, yeah, it's like a stress hive breakout. So weird. That happens when I'm around people that I don't really know that well, and it happens at events sometimes, and I mean, there's gotta be a way to deal with it, right? I feel like I kind of have to just go through it to get over it, but I don't know. It's different for everyone, I guess. Yeah, so I left a little bit early. I was the first person there and the first person to leave. And then I went back to Highland Park, and Chris Velasco, my old neighbor in Long Beach, happened to be in Highland Park, so I met up with him and our friends Stephanie and Christian, and they made dinner, or they made pizzas, and yeah, so I just hung out with them for a little bit. And then Maddie came over to Christian and Stephanie's house, and we decided to go out to a bar to get some drinks. So we went to, where do we go? We went to Footsie's first, and that was super fun. And then we went to Gold Line afterwards, and yeah, Gold Line is my favorite bar in Highland Park. So if you guys are ever in the area, check it out, because it's owned by Peanut Butter Wolf, and it's his, I think it's his personal collection. So any DJ who DJs there has to pick from that stash. So you have to know your music really well. And every time I go in there, they're never playing anything that I know. So I Shazam everything, and yeah, it's a great learning experience if you're really into exploring new music. On Saturday, I picked up my ceramics. My friend was in town from Sacramento, and I haven't seen him in 6 years, so I went and got lunch and had a drink with him. I didn't record any of that though, because I totally forgot. And then around 5 in the afternoon, I told my friend Stephanie that I would take some photos of her. So we went to the ceramics studio and climbed up the hill and took some photos, and she's such an amazing model. Yeah, she's just stunning. And then that night, my friend Pat had his birthday at the Griffin in Atwater Village, so I stopped by. I didn't record any of that, because it wasn't anything crazy, you know. Had a glass of wine and then left. Pretty sure I did the Irish goodbye, so I didn't say bye to anyone. So who knows how long I was there, you know? Next day, Sunday, I woke up feeling kind of down. I think the thing is that I haven't slept early the entire week, you know? So on Sunday, I went to visit my parents in Orange County, and I hung out with my dad for a little bit. And he was showing off his cat, and then he gave me a cactus plant that's like ginormous. I have it outside, so I'd show you, but it's really scary looking. Bought some groceries, ran some errands, went home, and by 7:30 I was in bed. So I tried to catch up on, you know, some sleep last night, and I'm gonna try and do that again tonight too. I've been having crazy vivid dreams lately, and I've been documenting it on voice memos as soon as I wake up, and when I replay it, it sounds like I'm drunk, you know? It's really funny. It's been pretty intense and kind of stressful in a way, because I'll wake up with hives sometimes just from being stressed out in my sleep. I guess it's not that funny, but yeah, I think that just means that I need to meditate more and just learn to relax a little bit more. So yeah, that was my week. I hope that wasn't too boring. I'm gonna try and be better at documenting and not narrating as much. Unless you guys like this format, let me know. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.